This podcast contains strong language and adult themes, so just a warning for you if you're going to watch. Obviously, we're talking about horror films, so spoilers ahead. Katie, are you ready?
Not really.
Saw.
Chains.
Toilet.
Little voice recording thing.
Dictaphone.
Dictaphone.
Flip phone.
Billy the puppet.
Well done. Well done. Jigsaw.
Pig's head.
A red cloak.
Game over.
Saw. Hello everyone, I'm Mike Woodhams,
And I'm Katie Long. Welcome to You Scared Me.
the podcast where we put the laughter in slaughter. Katie, how are you this week?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Have you had an eventful time?
No, it's all been quite calm. I've enjoyed watching this film though.
Have you?
Yeah, Saw's one of those films that I've not seen for a while. It sticks out in memory, but it's when you do rewatch it, you kind of appreciate it for the simplicity of the first film that there is. There have been a number of sequels,
Yeah.
and it's easy to forget that the first film is,
Not outrageous.
yeah, it's actually quite a good,
Yeah. Rooted
simple film.
somewhere.
Yeah.
So, this week's film is Saw, the 2004 American psychological horror thriller film directed by James Wan. James Wan directed the Insidious
He did, yeah.
films. He's created the Conjuring universe. So the Conjuring films, the Annabelle films, the Nun films.
I mean, the Conjuring films in particular are some of my favourites.
Yeah. So this was kind of his first ever film that he directed. And it is written by Leigh Whannell, who, do you know who that is?
No idea.
He is Adam in the film. So
Oh, no way.
the guy playing Adam in the
Yeah.
movie is the writer and sort of co-creator of it. It stars Leigh Whannell and Cary Elwes and Danny Glover, great actor, Ken Leung and Michael Emerson, so they were both from Lost at the time.
Yeah.
And obviously, soon to become well-known in the franchise, Tobin Bell is in it.
Who dat?
Jigsaw.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this film, so there is Saw, Saw 2, Saw 3, Saw 4, Saw 5, Saw 6. Guess what the next one's called?
Saw 7?
No, Saw 3D. Also known as the final chapter. Then there's Jigsaw. Then there is Spiral from the Book of Saw. Then Saw 10. And apparently there is a Saw 11
In the making.
in the making. Give us a quick overview of this film, or the premise of this film.
Okay, what's unique about this film is it's essentially set in a single room with two characters, two sort of central characters.
Yeah.
And the film is about them waking up, not really understanding what's happened to them and trying to work out how they're going to escape the situation they find themselves in. There's a little bit of backstory which plays into it, but it's really quite unique in the fact that it's all centralised in this one.
The story essentially is all told out of order, isn't it? Like, it's non-linear. We're sort of...
Well, the parts in the room
The parts in the room are
are in
present
order.
day,
Yeah.
and then everything else is like just these non-linear bits, and it all sort of at the end catches up
Yeah.
to itself. And
Exactly.
so let's go for it.
So we start in a dark room. There's a man in a bathtub, kind of wakes up underwater.
Yeah.
Comes around. He's been unconscious, and he splashes around and he sits up in the bath and he's in a dark room. Pretty scary situation to find yourself in if you don't know where you are. He hears another voice in the room,
Yes.
and these are the two main characters. This is Adam in the bathtub and Lawrence
Yeah.
on the other side of the room. The lights come on and both men realise they're chained at the ankle, and in the room with them is a dead body in the middle of the room who appears to have shot himself in the head.
Straight away, Adam and Lawrence, the first thing they do is just get very angry at each other.
Yeah, well, I think they both assume the other is part of the reason why they might be there.
Yeah.
I think you would be panicked. And also we should say at this point, the room they're in is a horrible kind of warehouse toilet.
Yeah, so it's like an abandoned bathroom, isn't it?
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, they're locked in. There's no way to leave as far as they can see, and they're both chained into place. Just before we get on to the story, you've already mentioned Adam is the writer. But Lawrence, would you recognise him from anywhere?
I recognised him, but it wasn't anything that jumped out at me.
So I recognise him and could place him, but it's in a really obscure film. Do you remember the film Liar Liar with Jim Carrey?
He's the
stepdad.
The stepdad? Is that actually him?
Yeah.
Wow.
Same, but that's it. That's one film that I was like, oh, that's where I know him from. And
Tickets and Speedy!
That's not his character.
No, that's whatever. When I think of that film,
Yeah.
it's just Jim Carrey going Speedy.
Yes, we're with these two men in the room, and then they both realise that they have tapes in their pockets.
Yes, like little dictaphone
tapes. Yes, and I think Lawrence at this point also finds a key and a bullet in his package. I'm not sure if he shares both of those with Adam at this point.
No, he says he's got a key because he tries the key, and then Adam's like, throw it over here,
Yeah.
and he tries the key on his locks.
But the bullet isn't necessarily mentioned at
No.
this point. I think as they then realise that the body in the middle of the room has a dictaphone for which they can use to play the tapes.
Convenient.
So they manage to retrieve it
Yep.
from the middle of the room. Both of them are chained to a point at which they can't reach each other.
Yeah, they're in like opposite corners of the room, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. So at this point they play the tape.
Do it in the voice.
Do you know what? I can't do the voice. But I wish we had got like a voice changer that we could use for it. It tends to say something like, "Hello, Lawrence. I want to play a game."
Can you imagine turning on a dictaphone and it's just some creepy like, "Hello, Lauren."
Salad fingers voice. Is that what you're saying I've got?
Hello, Lauren.
And then it goes on to describe a little bit about their own lives.
Yeah.
Why they might find themselves here. And I think this is the point at which it's revealed that Lawrence is a doctor of oncology, which is specialising in cancer. You don't actually learn so much about Adam at this stage for a good reason. I would say both the actors at this point do a really good job not to overreact to the tapes, because it would be quite scary to hear somebody addressing you and trying to explain why you're in the situation you're in, and for panic to kind of set in.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that just I noticed was straight away, it's like, "Hey, you, who are you?" And it's like, "I'm Lawrence. Who are you?" "I'm Adam. Pass me the dictaphone." "No." It's like, why are you so angry at each other?
Yeah.
You're both like, you just wouldn't, would you? You'd be like, "Hey, boo."
Yeah, let's work together.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do kind of come together in that respect a bit more as we go through, don't they?
Yeah.
They build a form of trust between each other, which gets broken multiple times. And at this point, we notice there's a heart on the toilet, to which Adam is then plunging his hand into the dirty water in the toilet, which is pretty gross, isn't it?
Yeah. Because we love an escape room.
Yeah.
Can you imagine going to one and like being like, "Yeah, you've got wouldn't that be such a good escape room?"
Yeah, I saw one.
Oh my God.
And you start chained up.
Ooh, should we do it?
Yes.
Okay. No one steal that. No one steal that. Wow, that would be so good. And we like, and then like,
and you have to saw your leg off.
yeah. Well, no.
Oh, giving it away.
But what we could do at the beginning, we could just make sure that the toilet gets really well used before every session. But yeah, so he's
plunged his hand in.
sifting through the poo.
And then Lawrence goes to him, "What about in the cistern?" And he was like, "Oh, could we not have started with that?"
With the plunging through the poo,
Yeah.
could you have done that? Would you feel funny about touching the poo?
Yeah. But if I was in that situation, I don't think I would think twice. But what I would do, because
they'd be like, "Katie, check the cistern." You'd be like, no, this bit, poo first, poo first. No, I'm sure it's the cistern. No, I should check in the poo.
hold on, hold your horses. Then he takes the top off and he finds something in the cistern. But at this point, right, the cistern, I'm assuming, because there's stuff in the toilet, I'm assuming there's like cleaner water in the cistern. And the stuff he also takes out is in a plastic bag, which would be to protect something from water. If I just put my hand in the dirty toilet, I would give it a little rinse in the cistern, wouldn't you?
I've got news for you.
Men don't wash their hands.
COVID for most men was a revelation.
Really?
Men don't wash their hands. You think men wash their hands?
I think some do.
After a number 2, probably.
Good.
After a number 1, I'd say never.
Yeah, but aren't you more likely to get piss on you?
There's no piss on the outside of...
What about shaking? Does any get on your hands? Or it must do sometimes.
Sometimes on the person next to you. Sorry, mate.
As you windmill.
Sorry, mate, you should wash your hands. That's fucking disgusting.
Wash your face.
But what I'm saying is, I don't think it would be beyond our imagination for Adam in normal life to go, oh, there's a bit of shit on my hand.
Oh, God. Maybe they should make it with women then.
Yeah.
Anyway, in the cistern, in this bag, he finds 2 saws.
That's the name of the film.
And he also finds...
he doesn't. We don't know he's found anything else at this point.
No, but he's a little bit shifty, isn't he?
He's shifty with the bag.
Yeah.
But we'll come back to the bag.
Yeah, yeah.
So he pulls these 2 saws out, hacksaws. He throws a hacksaw thing over to Lawrence. They've both got these thick manacles around their legs.
Yeah.
They've both got these thick linked chains, tiny little locks, thin little locks. So what do they both start doing? Let's hack at the chain, hack at the manacle.
Yeah.
If any of them had put a saw to the lock, they'd have been out there. Film would have been over.
Oh, exactly. Film would have been over. It wouldn't have been a good film.
Yeah, no, it would have been a bad film. But in their reality, I think they would have been a lot happier.
Yeah, I think maybe they should have given that a try and there'd be a reason for it to not work.
Yeah.
Oh, it's platinum. But yeah, they use the saws. They're not working on any of the metal items at this point. And this is where Lawrence starts to say, I think I might know who's done this to us. And he states at this point, Jigsaw he's never actually killed anybody himself. He's made the victims all kill themselves.
It's the devices, yeah. So then we sort of jump out of the bathroom, don't we?
Yeah.
Like the film moves over to these police detectives
investigating murder scenes.
Yes.
And the first murder scene is a man hanging from barbed wire in a kind of like basement area surrounded by chicken wire.
Yeah.
And it's basically said he's bled to death. And what happened was he woke up here and he had one of these little dictaphone tapes to play.
Yeah.
And it's talking about the fact that he's been hurting himself. But Jigsaw believes it was for attention, not because he actually felt he wanted to die.
Yeah.
So what Jigsaw is now challenging him to do is run through this razor wire and make himself bleed in order to escape before the door closes and locks and becomes his tomb.
Yeah. So Jigsaw's thing, if people haven't picked up on it, he is like anyone that he feels has put a low value on life.
Yeah.
He's going to put them into a situation to
force them to value
life, fight for their life, or die.
Yeah.
Basically.
I mean, the commonality between all of these situations is everybody tries.
Yes.
So nobody just sort of sits there and waits for it to happen.
Yeah. We've seen Guy in the barbed wire. Then who else do we meet?
So you then cut to Lawrence in a police station.
Yeah.
With his lawyer, who's asking him where he was on the night of that murder.
Yeah.
And Lawrence says, I've got an alibi, but I don't really want to tell you what it is. And the lawyer says, well, if you can't tell me, then you're screwed here, basically. Yeah. And that's the kind of first indication that Lawrence has something to hide.
That Lawrence has secrets.
Exactly. And then we cut to the police station where he's been interviewed by the detective. But in front of him is another one of Jigsaw's victims. Somebody, or the only person that they've now found who has managed to escape one of these devices.
Yeah.
And it switches to her story. She's awake in this room, and she's got a device strapped to her mouth and jaw.
Yeah, so the device it is a reverse bear trap. So it doesn't clamp shut.
Mm-hmm.
It is wired to her jaw and clamps
open.
Bursts open.
Bursts open. So she is told via dictaphone that she has a certain amount of time to free herself, otherwise this device is going to spring open, breaking her jaw.
Well, it's like the way it's described, you think, oh, he said it will open your jaw permanently or something. And you're like, oh, so like she'll just break her jaw. Then, because that's the first time we meet Billy the puppet, isn't it? He's like, hello, Amanda, we're going to play a game. You see Billy the puppet.
Who is terrifying.
But also, in that thing, they've gone from saying, oh, your mouth will be permanently open, then shows a video of it working on a polystyrene head.
And it
head explodes.
Yeah.
Which makes her panic.
Yeah. And by panicking, she leans forward, which starts the timer.
Yeah. Releases like a pin, doesn't it?
Yeah. Then you cut to see that there's someone else in the room with her, and he's got a big question mark drawn on his stomach, and she's told the key is inside his stomach. But it becomes obvious quite quickly that this person is not dead.
Well, yeah, just as she's about to do it, or you can see she's thinking about doing it, he sort of comes to, doesn't he, this other person. And you're like, oh, it's not a dead body, it's a live body. Her reaction to which, right, you're in this situation, live body there. Surely you go, right, well, I either have to be, I don't know, I guess she is in a bit of a hurry because...
The timer.
But she goes from looking like she's just going to cut him quickly surgically to being very frantic.
Yeah, lots of stabbing.
And you're like...
But I think it's probably just like, kill him quickly before I have to deal with this. The one question I have here is in other scenarios like this later on, in other films, I guess, if there's another person involved, they've also got a task to do, and this person doesn't have that.
Yes.
They are going to die if she is successful, basically. There's no kind of out for this person.
Yeah.
No backstory to them.
Yeah.
And that's just left. Which, I mean, fine, whatever. But when you go further in the film, you're kind of like, hold on a minute.
Hold on.
Where was his chance?
Yeah, poor Malcolm.
So it turns out that he was given some kind of sedative, which basically meant he couldn't really move, he couldn't speak, and he didn't really feel much either. So it wasn't exactly like he was in pain, I guess.
So you're okay with it?
Yeah. but she doesn't know that at the time. That's explained as part of the story.
Yeah.
Anyway, she cuts the key out. She's in a quick hurry, and she just unlocks the lock in the nick of time and throws the device off as it bursts open. Woo! Phew.
Dramatic. Then, again, more effort with the fucking puppet. The puppet cycles in. It's like... on a tricycle.
Yeah.
So... Again,
creepy AF,
hum. But also, for a puppet to be operating like that, he surely has to be there. Like, I just kind of.
Well, there is a little peephole, isn't there, into that room?
Yeah, but how is the puppet operating? It's 2004, and it's moving its mouth. Maybe I'm getting bogged down with the logistics of the puppet, but it kind of means that he would have to lean in, push the puppet in on the tray,
or like foot.
No, but he has to have his hand in the puppet to move its mouth.
No, he doesn't.
It's one of those old
remote control.
It's one of those old ones that's like
the best.
You know, that's like, come on my hair and sit on my lap. Yeah,
like
it's one of
dummy.
those guys.
Yeah, but sometimes the thing to do it isn't necessarily like.
I didn't realise you worked for Imagineering.
Yeah, well,
at Disney World. Anyway, puppet logistics.
Yeah.
That's what I'm about.
Yeah. So it turns out that Lawrence had a pen that belonged to him that was found at the scene of the crime. And that's why he's been arrested. That's why he's aware of these situations.
Yeah.
And how he kind of ties in. And I think that's quite important for setting the scene as to why they might be in this room.
Yeah.
It also gives a little bit of backstory about him and his oncology with the patient talking through. And you're introduced to the porter.
Yeah, what's he called? Cap? No, Zap.
Zap.
His name is Zap.
Is it?
Pretty sure.
You sure it's not Zach?
Pretty sure it's Zap. Back to IMDb I go. Zep.
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 Weird. There's one final maze that gets covered here, which is a guy in a room by himself. You can see that he's covered in what looks like a Vaseline.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's numbers all on the wall. He's covered. There's this jelly stuff on his body all around the floor.
It's a very dark room.
Very dark room. And the code is somewhere in all these numbers on the wall. And he's been provided a candle to find...
To provide light to see.
Yeah. But the all the jelly is flammable.
On his skin is a highly flammable
and on
substance.
the floor and everywhere.
Yeah.
And he's been given a candle to try and do it, so he has to be careful, and he's obviously not very careful.
Yeah.
We should point out as well, this is all being... These scenes are sort of being relayed to us, aren't they? But there's Danny Glover, Ken Leung. They are the two detectives in all of these scenes as well that are investigating these...
Yeah, they're
things.
kind of at the scene after the fact.
Yeah.
With the burnt body
Yeah.
or the guy hanging from the wire. But the point they're making is it's not somebody doing it. It's a situation they've been put in. They do it to themselves because they're not appreciating something in life.
Yeah.
And you are therefore then meant to start thinking, what have Lawrence and Adam done that have landed them in this situation?
Yeah, exactly. And why is Jigsaw so judgy?
Yeah, yeah. So the final part of the backstory to Lawrence is that he is currently treating a patient with a brain tumour. This is the point at which the two-way mirror now becomes revealed.
Right.
Adam's thrown something previously and a bit of the mirror has broken
Yeah,
off.
so he's thrown his saw has broken.
Yeah.
And he had thrown it and it had smashed off.
Yeah. And he's just looking at this piece on the floor and then he picks it up and realises, it's not a window, it's a two-way mirror.
Yeah.
So he throws an additional item, smashing the mirror, which reveals there's a camera behind it.
Sorry. This is just come into my brain.
Mm-hmm.
So he has thrown the thing at the...
It's a mirror that you can only see through.
But, okay. No, but maybe because yeah, okay. Carry on.
You're not meant... It's meant to look like a mirror to you.
My confusion, I just got momentarily confused between two-way mirror? One-way mirror. I got confused with that and like a window.
It's a two-way mirror because a one-way mirror is a mirror you look in.
Right.
Two-way means that someone can stand behind it and see out, but you still see it as a mirror from your side.
Yeah. Have you seen all those TikToks where people go into like their hotel rooms and like, ugh! It's kind of, if you get into like conspiracy theory TikTok, people will come in and be like, yeah, see, if I put this match on the mirror, the two matches don't touch, so that means it's two-way.
No, I stay in hotels a lot for my job. I don't need to know this shit because it would just make me paranoid the whole time.
Or would it make you feel more...
No, I just don't need to have those thoughts in my head. Gross. No, I mean I'd walk around with my coat on the whole time.
Two-way mirror. Thank you for the education.
You're welcome. So then we go back out of the room into backstory of Lawrence's family. It's all very Lawrence heavy.
Yeah.
Still, we meet his daughter.
Yep.
This bit I think is pretty scary. His daughter's
calling
in her mother, saying, "There's a man in my room."
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know. At this point, I think as the viewer, you kind of think, "Oh, is there a man in her room?"
Is there?
Yeah. And
there's either a man in your room or you're crazy.
I was in hospital a couple of weeks ago, and I was sharing the ward with some older ladies, one of which I think was in her 80s. And she couldn't hear very well, this lady, and she called me over to her bed, and I was just sort of chatting to her, and she just said to me, "Can you see that man?" And I looked behind me and I was like, "There's nobody there." And she was like, "Well, I can see him, but you can't." And there was a bit of me that wanted to laugh, but there was also like, "Eee, Scotty."
Did you do that to her?
Yes, this little girl. Oh, there's a man in my room.
Yeah.
Creepy. The mum kind of dismisses it a little bit.
Yeah.
And then she calls the dad in and tells him this. I mean, I think this freaks me out more because we grew up in an area which had a high crime rate. This person told me that they were burgled as a child, and they'd come home and kind of noticed things were out of place, and they thought to themselves, "Oh, we don't usually leave trainers down there by the curtains." And they kind of looked and then left the room. And when their father got home later, they were gone. And it turns out that it might have been the burglar hiding behind the curtain and their feet were just sticking out from underneath.
No.
Like, that is scary, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
No thanks.
So, we're back on the film.
So I could talk about that topic all day long, actually. So we go back to the dynamic between Lawrence, his wife, his daughter, and it's kind of shown that there's a bit of a fractured relationship between him and his wife. She suspects something.
He can act. She can't act.
She's also the wife from Con Air. Have you ever seen that film?
Oh, God, ages
But
ago.
she's not aged a day, and it must be about 20 years after that film was made. It's really weird.
No, Con Air wasn't made that long before that. It's about 5 years.
This was 2004.
Yeah. You think Con Air was made in 1984?
Maybe 1994.
I think it was more like 97.
Yippee-doo-wee.
1997! Con Air.
All right.
Gosh.
So at this point, then, the husband leaves, and the daughter and the wife are kidnapped by the hospital porter.
Have we seen that it's hospital? But
Yes.
at this point, we have we. But before that, isn't there a bit where the girl goes to sleep and the man is in there and you just see the eye and he's like, "Good night, little girl."
I don't know. I don't think he says that.
He says something about a little girl because he gets her first and she screams for the mum.
Yeah.
And then the mum
comes
Then
in.
I think we see who it actually is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's Zep.
Yeah.
Zap? Zip. Zep. But we see in that someone taking pictures of what's going on in the house, don't we?
Yes.
And then when it comes back, we just see it's sort of who we assume is the police officer. We don't really, because we only ever see his back and
Yeah.
him shuffling around.
And he's got got the classic, like, picture board with all the string.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, so something's obviously happened. Is going to happen to him to make him get to that.
Yeah. So he's taking pictures of Lawrence's apartment and windows.
Yeah.
At which he kind of captures a picture of Zep at the window
Yes.
in that apartment. We cut to him in the police station. He spots something in one of the videos.
Isn't there like a fire alarm that he hears in the background?
Yes, and there's also the audio tape which he's turning up.
Yeah.
And there's a fire alarm going off. And he takes these two pieces of evidence, the tag, which is a certain 4-block radius area
Yeah.
that would mark it as, and he gets his colleague to look up whether this alarm record is anywhere in the last 4 weeks or so
Yeah.
in that area.
Let's cross-check gang tags and fires in the last 4 weeks. And then there's one address.
Yeah, they pinpoint the building which they believe is Jigsaw's lair. They find like the dioramas of where Lawrence and Adam are, but they don't realise it yet.
Yeah.
These are all things that are covered up with red velvet
Yeah.
plush
Yeah.
blankets.
Weird, isn't it?
They uncover the next thing and it's Billy the puppet. Woo!
Ooh.
And then the third and final thing is moving slightly. Now, there was quite a clever placement of when Lawrence was saying he was a suspect, he also mentions that there was a dentist
Yeah.
that was suspected. And I'm assuming that this is the dentist that we're about to meet here. Because they uncover this man and he is strapped to a chair with a gag.
Yeah.
So he can't say anything, but when he's uncovered, he starts going, "Argh!" And there's two, what I assume is like dentist drills.
So they uncover him. They see him there.
Yes.
Then they
hear the lift.
They hear the lift. So they're like, he's coming back. They quickly get all the red velvet and cover, including the man. The man
Yeah.
who's like, no!
Yeah.
Cover him back over.
Because they want to see who Jigsaw is.
At this time, we're assuming it's Zep. because we've already been introduced that it's Zepp, so we're sort of assuming
and
it
this
is him.
person is wearing a cloak similar to the one that Zepp is wearing when he kidnaps the wife and child.
Yeah.
But what Jigsaw does in order to distract is sets the trap off.
Yeah.
So then the police officers are left with the choice of save the man, which I don't think was ever the plan.
Yeah.
But quite a clever way to kind of try and make his escape.
Yeah. It feels like he's just trying out devices and he's chosen this man to try out his device on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He also takes a swipe at the lead detective and just catches his throat.
Yeah.
Which is a bit kind of like...
Yeah, but he's down on the floor, isn't it? And then he has like a little flicky knife come out of his hand. You're like, this man, I mean, how much time does he spend making gadgets? Do you know what I mean?
Go-Gadget arm.
Yeah, a lot of gadget making.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For situations that you couldn't predict like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although I guess there is a chance when you're kidnapping these people that they might wake, so you probably do want some kind of protection on you. I've thought about it.
when you do your plotting and scheming.
So he cuts the detective's throat and he makes his run for it. The detective sends his colleague after him.
Yeah, so Danny Glover is down.
Yeah. He runs off ahead and you just kind of get a preempt of the tripwire that's coming and loads of guns facing down.
Well, no, what happens is they go downstairs, we see Jigsaw running along a corridor, and the police officer shoots him, Jigsaw's down.
Oh, yes.
And then, now that he's down, the police officer is like, well, now I will make my way towards him. As he does, we see him hit a very, like, fine tripwire, chicken wire, and then it sort of, like, pans up, and there's 5 shotguns facing down.
Yeah.
We see the shotguns. We then just see the police officer from the shoulders down. We hear a sort of gargling sound, and we just see lots of blood.
Yeah.
And then he sort of is down.
Yeah. He's pretty much like head off.
Yeah, I think he's dead.
Yeah. And at that point, Jigsaw stands and makes his exit.
Yeah. Because, and again, like, the thing is, I mean, so Jigsaw, has just been shot at, and I'm sure he would have been got because it's in a corridor with a shotgun. The police officer has a shotgun, which is really weird. I don't know if that's standard police issue, but the police, and then Jigsaw's like, I'll just walk out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Superhuman.
Leave all the evidence behind.
Yeah.
So then we come back to the room with Adam and Lawrence, and I believe the picture that Adam found in Lawrence's wallet said something about X marks the spot. And he gets Lawrence to turn the lights off for a moment, and when he does so, there's some kind of like light triggered paint. Yeah,
like which again, the thing is, right, you wouldn't automatically go, oh, it's obviously luminescent paint, turn the lights off. That wouldn't be your first thing.
No.
I get that maybe something would happen accidentally and the lights are turned off, or you decide, I don't know.
Yeah.
And you see it.
They could have found a better way to move that on a bit.
Yeah.
Agree. But anyway, Lawrence smashes the wall, and within that he finds a phone, a couple of cigarettes, and some more notes. And within the note it says, "You don't need a gun to kill Adam."
Yeah. It's a great old flip phone as well.
Yeah.
And then Lawrence, obviously, first reaction, I'm going to call 911.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm going to try it again. It's like, no, you still, okay, fine.
The suggestion here is that in order to kill Adam, that he dips the cigarettes in the blood of the person that's dead in the middle of the floor because it has poison. And you do see him dip one cigarette butt, but not both of them.
Yeah.
At this point, and return them to the box.
Which, equally, right, say this is the plan, and Lawrence is now going to go, because Adam wants a cigarette, because he's like, I want to have a smoke.
Yeah.
Whatever. Can you imagine being offered a cigarette?
And it was covered in the end on blood.
And the end had been dipped in blood. You might go, do you know what? I'm actually okay now.
Yeah, or just rip it off. Two minds.
So,
yeah.
The cigarettes.
At this point, he refuses to give one to Lawrence.
But there's a moment anyway. Lawrence goes, "I remember what happens," and then we flash back
He's in the car park, which doesn't look like a car park.
because it's all filmed in the same warehouse.
And he's said that he was leaving hospital. It seems like something happens, but he's not quite sure. That gets addressed very shortly. And then you see a person wearing a pig's head, which is also as terrifying as Billy.
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, what you actually see, like it's like those curved mirrors that you have. So when you're driving, you can see round the corner.
Yes.
And you're looking at the reflection of the car, and then you see in the back of he has gotten out of the car, Lawrence, because he's trying to call to open the barriers. And then you see something get out the car, and actually, this point did make me go, because it feels a little bit supernatural at this point.
Yeah.
It's not at all. It's just someone in there, but it's the way they're moving, getting out.
Yeah.
But also it made you go, so why did you need to be in the back of the car?
Yeah. And also, like the pig's mask, what is the relevance of that? I don't know if that ever gets explained.
No, I don't think there's any.
It's scary as hell.
It's like a pig's mask, but with like long hair.
But also, when when it kidnaps, it makes a pig noise. Yeah.
Yeah. But really, as well, though, we are kind of now seeing. I guess we've seen like these 3 versions of the same person, haven't we? Of Jigsaw. We've seen this like pig's mask version.
Yeah.
We've seen this Billy the puppet, and we've seen
The man in the
Zep,
cloak.
the man in the cloak. You know, we actually don't know if all 3 of those versions are the same person. Is there lots of different people working together? We don't know.
Yeah. So this is also the point where you find out that Lawrence is having an affair, and he's not been at work in the hospital. He was in fact visiting this mystery woman.
Yeah.
And when he arrives there, it's shown that there's a phone call received shortly after his arrival, and it freaks him out, and that's why he leaves so quickly, forcing him to get kidnapped and end up in the room.
Yeah.
Lawrence then offers the cigarette to Adam, but in order to do so, they turn the lights off to have a little secret conversation.
Well, so what's happened is they realise that behind this 2-way mirror where the camera is, they're obviously being watched.
Yeah.
So what they do is they turn off the lights. You then see Zep is somewhere watching this monitor, and it goes dark.
Yeah.
And the lights are off, and he can't hear what they were saying. Because he can't hear what they were saying, you would think that the lights could have stayed on, and then they could have just spoken. Anyway, the lights come back on, and essentially we've sort of heard Lawrence.
But also, why do they assume turning the lights off will mean that he can't hear them?
Well, I mean, maybe it's the tech. Well, I guess maybe because it's behind glass, they assume that they're only being watched, not listened to. I mean, it's an assumption that they make, which
possibly
is just the assumption they make.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sort of means that the lights don't have to go off. But you sort of hear. You then go back into the room with them, and Lawrence is like, "Adam, just do exactly as I say, okay?"
Yeah.
And then when the lights ping back on, we see Lawrence go, "Hey, do you want this cigarette?" And what Lawrence does is, we see in the box that there's 2 cigarettes, one with blood on the end of it, poisonous blood, normal cigarette, and he throws it across to Lawrence. Lawrence smokes it, and then starts smoking it, and then does this like, he's choking to death. He's dying. He's dying. He's dying. He's dying. We know, as the audience, I think he's pretending to die. Then he's dead, and then we just hear this.
Lawrence shouts, "There you go, I did it!"
He did it! And then we just hear this like electricity, and then Adam's like, "Oh!" So he's being electrocuted somehow through his chains and manacles and whatever to check if he's dead, which he ain't.
Which proves he's not, because he's reacting to the electric shock.
And then after that, after his electrocution, that makes Adam go, "I remember what happened to me."
Yeah.
Then we
back to the car park.
No, we're over at Adam's apartment first, I think.
Oh, where he is developing film.
And we see him in his room, and he pins up a photo of
Lawrence. But that is quite a shocking moment, because you realise then he must recognise who Lawrence is.
Yeah.
But how much does he actually know?
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah. And then...
Well, he's in a dark room.
But he falls asleep.
Yeah.
He wakes up, and the lights are all off.
Yeah.
Trying to turn them on, not working. So he's going around with his camera,
You can hear something.
Yeah, and he's like, I know you're there.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill you. But all he's doing is walking around with his camera, using the flash to see. And it's like one of those old...
Oh,
as
yeah.
it like resets. So it's like creating this tension every time. And you know, because it's flashing, you know at some point we're probably going to see the pig.
Well, or something.
Something.
Yeah.
Sure enough. And we see the pig.
Like out of a cupboard.
Yeah.
That's how he's got captured. But we also see that when Lawrence was captured, Adam was there taking a picture. And that moment where Lawrence was kind of jaded slightly was the flash of Adam's camera.
Yeah.
Taking a picture of him leaving the affair.
Mm.
And it turns out that he has been paid by the detective to follow Lawrence because he's a suspect.
Yeah, so we find out that Danny Glover's character has been paying Adam to take pictures of Lawrence, who Danny Glover believes is guilty. Lawrence has been involved since the beginning, believes is guilty.
Then there's a call received from Lawrence's captured wife and daughter, who are told to say, don't believe Adam's lies, he knows you.
Zepp has sort of said, time's run out, I'm going to kill them, whilst they're on the phone.
Yes.
And then the wife, superhero, she's managed to untie herself.
She attacks Zepp, and a shot is fired.
So what we know as the audience is actually the wife and daughter are fine.
They escape.
What Lawrence assumes is that his wife and daughter are dead.
Yeah.
This is when Lawrence then starts going crazy.
Yeah, I've got to get out of here. These saws aren't meant for our chains, but they will cut through bone.
So I have to say, at this point, I hate gore.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was okay with it when I was younger, but as I've got older, I've started to... I feel like you're a lot better with gore. Like, I find it quite... Do you know what it is?
They don't really show him cutting
They
that
don't.
much.
No, they really don't. And I've always avoided the Saw films because I thought they were really gory. I think maybe I got to, like, number 3.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's too much.
I mean, I think about it the opposite way. I kind of feel like if you're seeing it on film, it's fictional. It's not real life.
Or is it?
So you can just... Similarly to you, as a child, not as a child, I don't know how old I was. I'll just caveat...
As a young 28-year-old child.
I'll caveat this by saying I had really good parents. And this is not any kind of reflection on them as parents. But I was probably under 18.
Yeah.
And I had been trusted to sharpen the kitchen knives. We had like a knife sharpener.
Right.
And I was quite enjoying doing it. But for some reason, I'd done a knife like quite a bit.
Yeah.
And to test it, my natural reaction
Was to run
my finger down it, and it sliced my finger open really deeply. Oh, the pain! My blood ran cold, and then the blood came out thick and fast, and it was just like, what? And I think for me, it's always been, if it's me or my blood, forget it.
Yeah.
Like I've been and had blood taken at the hospital and fainted as I've gone out the door. I'm terrible with that. If it's someone else or it's something fictional,
Yeah.
I can completely separate myself.
Yeah, you
from
don't
it.
mind stabbing someone, but don't let them stab you.
No. If I saw someone bleeding in front of me, it'd be freaking me out. But seeing it on telly is different.
So at this point,
Yeah.
Lawrence
Is sawing his foot off.
sawing his foot off, and you're right. You don't see much of it. You sort of see,
You hear it
you hear it, and you see his face. And actually, the thing that's
Which is
worse,
going white.
white. Yeah, I mean, his makeup by the end looks. Again, I've never met anyone that's just had their foot sawed. Who's just
Sawn
off
their own foot off.
sawn or sawed. Sawn. Who just removed their own foot. But he looks ashy.
By doing so, he releases himself,
Yeah.
and then he gets the bullet and he shoots Adam.
Yes.
I didn't think that was going to happen
Mm.
because I kind of feel like surely it's too late. Like just get
Well,
out.
yeah. By that point, he thinks that his family's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah. But he shoots Adam anyway.
I should do.
But then Seb, in his panic, has run to this building and flings open the door.
Yes.
But Adam kills Seb.
In Zeb's pocket, what do they find?
A dictaphone.
Another dictaphone.
And it's Jigsaw who's basically put this task onto Zeb, and you realise, oh, it's not him.
Yeah, so he has one going,
Hey, Zeb, we're gonna play a game.
Yeah.
You've gotta kill these people by this time.
Yeah.
So we then go, oh, so Zeb was also being He's not Jigsaw, he was being Jigsawed.
Yeah, and he's failed.
Jigsabbed, and he's dead, so.
Yeah, yeah. Lawrence has made it out, but
Yeah.
I'm going to assume doesn't survive.
I mean, Lawrence is he's there, he's grey, he can't walk, he's losing blood, and he's like, I'll go get help.
Yeah.
This is like, I mean, can you imagine?
Yeah.
It'd be like if we were in dire straits and you said to me, I'll run and get help. I'd be like, we're dead. We are dead. We're not getting out of this alive.
No point.
Do you think that would be your
Katie, I wanna play a game.
You have to run.
You have to run for 3 minutes.
just takes the gun?
Yeah.
So
But then we're at the finale
yeah,
at this
the
point.
music's building.
Yeah, yeah. So Lawrence is gone. Adam's like, you kind of,
Yeah, don't leave me. Come back.
yeah.
All of this
And then all of a sudden, the dead body in the middle of the room starts to rise.
Yeah. And then for whatever reason, again, dramatic effect, he rips the blood
Well,
off.
also, he doesn't. No. He's got like prosthetics on which make it look like he's shot the back of his head out. He also doesn't open his eyes at any point, which is also creepy.
No.
But what you start to realise is the man that was lying in the middle of the floor was the cancer patient that Dr. Lawrence had been treating
Yes.
for his tumour, his brain tumour.
Yeah.
Yeah, he rips the prosthetic off. I think part of that as well, though, was covering his face.
Yeah.
And he was facing away from Lawrence towards Adam, who had never met him before.
Correct. Oh, that's a good point.
Anyway, he stands up and he walks to the door.
I kind of think, God, he's going to kill Adam.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. He just walks to the door.
Well, he does
Well,
in
yeah, but
Jigsaw fashion.
not. Yes. Yeah, yeah.
And he says to Adam, game over.
Game over.
Smash! Door closed.
And you literally, there's no music. You just hear the clank of the door go. Credits. Well, we are going to take a little break and we'll be right back with you. I'm going to wet my pants.
He needed a wee-wee. To the kids.
It's so... Oh, that felt so horrible with you saying that to me. That made me feel so uncomfortable. Hello, welcome back. It is time to take a look at our favourite lines, and we're going to read a little bit of script based upon the film Saw. Favourite lines?
I mean, the favourite lines have to be...
Well, the classic line has to be.
Yeah. I want to play a game.
No, do it in the voice.
Oh, that was the voice.
You did it in I want to play a game. Put your hand like this and do...
I wanna play a game. Lance, I want to play a game.
I just can't do it.
Yeah, so the classic
You do
line,
it.
I want to play a game.
which is said by Billy the Puppet, operated by Jigsaw.
Yeah.
We all know my feelings about that already. My other line that I had, and because I like it, I can't remember the way he says it now, is Zepp says, Mrs. Gordon, Diana! And I really enjoyed the way he said that. So from favourite lines to AI surprise, we are going to read a script based upon the film Saw. It's Adam and Lawrence.
Can I be Lawrence?
Why do you want to be Lawrence?
Because he's got less lines.
Has he? Did you go through and count them?
Yeah, every time.
So we're going back to the grimy industrial
Bathroom from the original Saw. We have Adam and Dr. Lawrence Gordon.
The tension here is built by the ticking clock. Add a ticking clock sound. No, we can do it. We'll do it in post. Do you
I
want?
thought that was my stage.
Do you want to do the clock sound? But you have to do it for the whole scene.
No.
Hey. So we're in the bathroom, The fluorescent lights flicker, casting a sickly green hue over the cracked tires. Adam 20s is tugging violently on the heavy shackled ankle. The heavy shackle around his uncle. His uncle? What are you doing here? Pass me that key. The heavy shackle around his ankle. Dr. Lawrence Gordon sits against the opposite wall, staring at a small microcassette recorder in his hand. Adam. Oh, that's me. There's gotta be a key. He wouldn't just leave us here to rot without a way out. That's not a game. That's just a funeral.
Adam, stop. You're wasting oxygen. And you're tearing your skin. Look at the floor.
What? What am I looking at? The dead guy? The blood? I've been looking at it for 3 hours. Lawrence.
No. Look at the serrated edge of the saw he gave us. They aren't meant for chains.
Then what are they for? The pipes? They're steel, man. Would be here until we're 80 trying to saw through the steel.
He didn't put them there for steel, Adam. He put them there for bone.
No way. You're a doctor, right? You're supposed to be the do no harm guy. You're telling me he wants us to chop off. You're telling me he wants us to chop off our own feet?
He wants to see if we have the will to live. That's what the tape said. How much blood will you shed to stay alive?
I shed plenty. I'm bleeding right now. Hey, you in the camera. Is this enough?
He isn't going to answer you. He's watching. He's waiting for the choice.
Why you? Why are you so calm? Maybe you're in on it. Maybe this is some sick medical trial and I'm a freaking lab rat.
I have a wife, Adam. I have a daughter. Do you think I want to be chained to a pipe in this room that smells like a sewer? I don't know why I'm here any more than you do.
He said I was a voyeur, that I watch people from the shadows.
We have 40 minutes. 40 minutes before he locks that door forever.
I can't do it,
Doc.
Doc. It's your kids, Morty. Doc. Sorry. I can't do it, Doc. I can't. I'd rather die with my legs attached.
You say that now, but wait until the lights go out. You'll be surprised what a man is capable of when the darkness starts to swallow him.
Check the toilet tank again. Maybe there's
There's nothing but a note, Adam. And the note says we're already dead. We just haven't realised it yet. Fade out, fade out, fade out. Now it's time for Dead Serious.
I'm so sorry. You're doing it so well. I just love it.
Now it's time for Dead Serious Questions. Mike. Why did they do that?
My biggest, why did they do that moment?
Yeah.
Why did they not use the saws on the locks like I already said?
Yeah.
Why did they do that?
Fair play. I might have spent a bit more time letting Jigsaw run when they found his lair and the next victim. Spend the time focusing on him, freeing him, and then getting all the information I can from him about the face of the person.
Yeah.
Because that wouldn't... Okay, you wouldn't have seen it yourself, but, you know, let Jigsaw toodle off.
Yeah.
No one dies.
But yeah, they were my biggest why did they do that moments.
Do you think you would survive?
Okay, so I'm going to set up a scenario. You're in one corner of the bathroom, I'm in the other. Are we getting out?
I think we could do it.
Yeah, but who's going to saw their leg off?
I think, like, probably you would, like, dislocate your ankle or something and then, like, be able to slide your foot out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I would consider doing some disgusting things, like maybe putting my foot in the shitty toilet to try and lubricate my foot up a bit.
Yeah. Or on the blood.
Yeah, you just try stuff, wouldn't you? No, maybe not blood because it's apparently poisoned.
Yeah, but not poisonous to your skin, though. And you don't necessarily know it's poisoned until later.
Yeah, that's true.
But you might use it as like lube.
I think we would be more resourceful and try more things rather than just like.
Yeah. I would like to think we would both make it out. Do you think we would have a moment of being like, "Ooh, this is like fun.
Is this real?
Is this real?"
Well, the next question is, could you be bothered? My first question would be, is this real? Is this like reality television? There would be a bit of me that's like, let's just sit and wait and see what happens.
Imagine now you're Jigsaw.
Yeah.
Could you be bothered? Would you, do you know, have you ever had such a bad day at work, right?
Yeah.
That you're like, oh, I'm now going to go and set traps for everybody that doesn't do the things the way I like them. And you are so angry. You're like, I'm now going to make traps, make a puppet, operate the puppet, make videos.
We know that Jigsaw loves a gadget.
Yeah.
Like
Loves a
maybe
gadget.
I'll just
His
have
Roomba
like
going
one of,
round.
yeah, I'd just have like one of those things that goes across the road and pops the tyres that I would chuck in front of the car if it did that to me.
Yeah. I just think, like, could I be bothered? Yes, if I was, like, fighting for my life. If I was Jigsaw, I can barely be bothered to do all of this.
You could find better things to do with your time.
Yeah.
Agree. Which of these would you find harder?
Okay.
The physical pain of a trap,
Mm-hmm.
or having to listen to Jigsaw's philosophical lectures for 2 hours?
It's tricky, isn't it?
I don't think it is.
You'd rather listen to the...
I'd be fascinated by listening to what he was saying.
Yeah, but at one point, wouldn't you be like, mate, get over it?
In your head, but don't say it.
Yeah.
I'd
Don't
just
say
be
it because
like,
it'll put
"Ooh,
you in a reverse bear trap.
Good point.
Ooh, tell me more.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
I will listen for as long as it keeps me alive.
Yeah.
Let's rate Jigsaw on the scarometer now. Where are you placing him between 0 and 10?
Okay, I'm going to have to place Jigsaw, and there is no... at least we know definitely who it is this time. It's not society.
Yeah.
Jigsaw, because he's so sneaky and conniving, aside from the... And he's dedicated, I guess.
And the traps that he sets are pretty ruthless.
Yeah. I'm going to have to give him a solid 8.
Yeah, I'm close to that. I think he doesn't do the killing himself. You have a little bit of control to escape.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go up there, but maybe like a 7.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's meet in the middle.
Jigsaw, 7.5.
7.5.
And finally, what moment made you go, ah, you scared me?
Definitely the bit where Lawrence starts to saw away his foot made me do this.
Really?
Yeah, I could, like, because it makes me feel a certain way. So it made me go like...
So for me, it's where Adam is walking around with his camera.
Yeah.
You know you're going to see something, you just don't know when and what it's going to be. Oh.
Yeah. And you think it's going to be on the third flash, and it's not.
Yeah. Ooh. So can you bring this back to any kind of real life similar scenarios? I mean, that's pretty terrifying in itself if you can.
Yeah, I mean, there is... so obviously a lot of the torture devices historically have exist in some form or another. Apparently, the Jigsaw name, so there was someone called the Tickle Torturer. This is actually... It does creep me out a bit. So it's about a man who used to break into people's houses and tickle children's feet. And then apparently he said he was doing it because anonymous jigsaw puzzle pieces were sent to him with instructions. So there is a story, a real life event that happened in 2003, and it was a case involving a man who was forced to rob a bank, and but he had a bomb locked around his neck, and he was sort of following these instructions to try and find the keys, and it was this rigged trap, which is very accurate.
Yeah, you make me think of like torture devices, and in other films and TV programs, the ones that I've found the most scary are those that involve animals in a way where they're either forced to burrow into you or out of you through panic, like a heat is applied or something, and then...
What film does that happen in? And it's rats and they eat through it.
That, I think it happens in Game of Thrones, possibly.
Yeah.
But there's also in Hook, there's one where the man is put in a box with scorpions or something.
Yeah.
I mean, and we watched that quite young, and I remember just thinking, oh my God.
It's not a scary film.
No, I know. But that was like,
Me.
ew, I hope that never happens to me.
So before we go,
Yeah.
do you have any recommendations for the week?
I would say if you've not seen Saw and we've not completely ruined it for you, watch the first one. But just be aware, if you go on to watch any of the other Saw films,
They get more.
gory and have to shock a little bit more. So
My recommendation,
Yeah.
just talking about these real life, would be on Netflix. There is the documentary Evil Genius. And Evil Genius is the documentary about this pizza bomber story and the lady who sort of like orchestrated it all and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's quite interesting. So I'd watch that.
thank you for listening to You Scared Me.
If you would like to follow us on social media, you can find us at You Scared Me Podcast, or you can email us on youscaredmepodcast@gmail.com, and that's with 2 H's.
Bye!